everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Irene. I think the most popular object for repainting when it comes to furniture is a kitchen, but this may be quite a complicated task and may become quite disappointing in some way because we touch kitchen fronts a lot. They have constant contact with moisture, fats and detergents or liquid soaps. We clean and scratch them a lot, so if you choose a wrong paint, do not prime or seal the surfaces properly, then in a couple of years you'll have to repaint the cabinets again and again. Today I want to show you how to repaint your kitchen and not to regret it in a couple of years. So let's go ahead and get started. This time I'm going to repaint my parents' kitchen. This is a classic kitchen with oak fronts. It's just about 10 years old, but we wanted to refresh it a bit cause my mom was a bit tired of the color and also the paint was already damaged in places. We've chosen a grayish-green shade and I think the kitchen will look wonderful after repainting. Well, let's start the devastation. First of all, I'm removing all the fronts. I've decided not to paint the cabinets themselves. I'll repaint just the part of them around the door, and it's always easier and more convenient to repaint the fronts separately. So I'm detaching all the fronts and unscrewing all the hardware. The first thing to do, which is essential, is to thoroughly wash all the surfaces you're going to repaint with a fairly harsh detergent or a degreaser. If a kitchen is an old one, you will find some greasy spots after unscrewing the handles, near the hinges or in a hard-to-reach corners that must be removed, otherwise the paint will not hold well. In places, I've even scraped off the old varnish coating after the degreaser peeled off in some places. And of course, you want to let it dry really well. Next, I'll prime all the surfaces with a good bonding primer. I'm using the primer Artex from a Finnish brand Tikrila. I'm not sure it's available in the US, but I'll link other good options. This one is solvent-based and works like a charm. You can easily paint even glossy plastic without pre-sanding after it. Most kitchens have very smooth, often glossy finish, well, because smooth ones are easier to care off, but paint will not adhere well to such surfaces, so a good bonding primer that increases adhesion of paint to the surface is a must. You can prime any material with such a primer, no matter if your kitchen is of solid wood or MDF board or anything. When we were doing a makeover in our apartment, I showed our old kitchen to you, which I had painted 9 years ago, and my mistake there was to use white primer with the dark paint without using any sealer afterwards. The paint was worn off after some time in the most used places, and the primer began to show through it. Therefore, now I've taken into account my previous mistakes and I've tinted the primer in the same color as the paint. The glass on the fronts has a silicone sealing tape on the inside which is holding very tightly, so I've decided not to remove the glass and I'm just protecting the glass with paper and masking tape. As you can see, I'm applying the primer with a brush. I always do it like so. This primer is very thick, so a roller makes the surface uneven after drying, but when I work with a brush it looks much better. I'm kind of rubbing the primer with effort into the surface to get a very thin layer, and then I get perfectly even surface without any traces or brush strokes. I'm priming all the fronts first on the inside and then on the outside. I couldn't remove the fronts from the wine racks, so I'll be painting them inside the house as they are. I'm covering everything that I'm not going to be painting with masking tape and priming the fronts of the wine racks and the sides of the cabinets around the door. very long time ago, at the dawn of my passion for all sorts of makeovers, I decided to decorate the door with crackles and decoupage. It turned out absolutely terrible, but for a very long time this door served as a monument to where I started once. But now I'm going to bring it back to a more or less decent look. I've peeled off all my so-called decoupage and I've given it a good sanding, and after this I'm also priming it in order for the paint to hold well on the door. After the surface is well prepared, it's time to paint. I tend to use water-based wall paint, and I usually choose the paint that is said to be washable and hard-wearing. Of course, there are special paints for furniture, but they are solvent-based, and solvent-based paints make streaks, they are thicker, and for me personally, it's much more difficult to work with them. Well, also they are smelly, so I always use water-based paints for painting furniture. Since it was a rainy day, I started by painting inside. Here I'm painting with a brush. Once you apply the paint in very thin layers, the brush strokes are completely invisible. The door looks so much better after repainting it. I'm glad I've decided to do it. As for the fronts, I've decided to paint them with a paint sprayer. It's so much faster, and of course the surface will be very even when applied like this. I'm thinning the paint with a little water, 1 part water to 10 parts paint as per the paint instructions, and pouring it into the spray gun. Here I want to say, in order to get a smooth, high-quality surface, it's absolutely not necessary to paint with a paint sprayer. As I have shown, you can do the same using a brush or a roller. I painted furniture so many times like this with excellent result. The main thing is to choose a good soft brush or a good short-piled roller, and then you will get a coating that will look not worse than the manufactured one. Although, of course, a paint sprayer makes it so much easier. This kitchen is very small, but still it's 19 fronts. They need to be painted on both sides in 2 layers, and I've spent about 20 minutes painting all the fronts in 1 layer using the sprayer, but I think I would fiddle for a couple of hours if I used a brush. I also want to talk about a very popular type of coating. This is chalk paints. Well, right everywhere they are advised for painting a kitchen, which is really once and for all, quickly, easily, no need to prime, but I would still treat this option with great caution if I were you. Chalk paints are very thick, they are quite difficult to apply it evenly, especially without experience, so you'll get brush strokes, layers, bumps, all that kind of thing. At a distance or when you look at this in a photo, it's certainly very cool, but it's not so nice if you look at it closer. Yes, of course, chalk paints are so easy to sand and you can make the surface perfectly even if you sand them all, but just imagine sanding 19 fronts, for example. It doesn't seem so quick and easy anymore, does it? And finally, the finishing coat. Here, when I hear people advise to seal chalk paints with wax for a kitchen, my head just stands on end. Yes, I agree that chalk paint under wax really looks very beautiful, but first, wax fully cures only after 2 or 3 weeks, and it is advisable not to use furniture during this time. And you're repainting an old kitchen where you live and cook every day. Can you leave it to sit and not touch the surfaces for 3 weeks? I think this is unrealistic, which means damage of the coating is more than possible. And secondly, wax itself is still a much more delicate coating than other sealers. You can use wax for a nightstand, for a chest of drawers, but for a kitchen where we wash, clean, rub off, wax will not last long, no matter what manufacturers and marketers tell you. By the way, Annie Sloan, this is the most famous brand of chalk paints, on her website in the section about painting kitchens writes that it is better to use varnish for good coating. So of course it's up to you, but if you decide to paint the kitchen with chalk paint, think twice about if it's worth it, especially since this option is not budget friendly at all if you buy ready-made chalk paints. And of course I warmly advise you to use not wax but other sealers. After the paint dries well, I'm applying the finishing coating. Use as hard-wearing sealer as possible. A floor sealer is a great choice here as it is the most wear-resistant one. I had a leftover sealer after our kitchen makeover in our apartment. This is Marathon polyacrylic sealer and I'm applying it with a brush. Since the consumption when coating with a paint spray is higher and I was afraid that I would run out of it because I had very little left. To get a perfectly even coating, firstly you need the right brush, a synthetic one with very soft bristles, then brush marks will be minimal. Secondly, pick up just a little sealer on the brush every time. Imagine that you have very little sealer left, like me, and you need to stretch what you have to the maximum. Thirdly, blend the sealer well with light movements, barely touching the surface with the brush. Then you will get an even coating without any brush marks. If small grooves are still visible, you can sand in between the layers with a very fine sandpaper with a grit of 1000 or 1500. I've sealed the fronts in 3 very thin layers of the sealer, changing the direction of the brush movements for each layer. I'm waiting for the sealer to dry well and at last removing the masking tape. And finally, I'm returning the fronts back to their rightful places. We've decided to change the handles to make the kitchen look a little more concise. I wanted to recreate the style of the 50s. Imagine a KitchenAid mixer, a classic retro shape, chrome parts, enamel finish, something like that. So we've bought chrome-plated handles. I was looking for suitable ones for a long time since our kitchen had a non-standard handles mounting distance, and finally I found these lovelies in IKEA. And here is how the kitchen looks now. I think it's so much better than it had been previously. The color is great. I'll try to show the surface of the fronts and the cabinets at a close-up. I hope the camera will show the texture. As you can see, the wood texture is still visible on the cabinets and there are nearly no brush strokes, although I've painted the cabinets with a brush and not the paint sprayer, as you remember.
Well, I hope you liked today's video. Please let me know what you think of the repainted kitchen down below. Thanks for watching this video and hope to see you in the next one. Bye!